I would expect you to be in a heterogeneous group, where someone who's struggling will be with someone who's excellent and maybe someone who's good. This way you have multiple different skill levels, and as you're working through the problems yourself, you guys can be working with each other and kind of building them. Because research does suggest that students not only perform best when they have a moderate level of challenge, but also when they're in heterogeneous groups, where you have kids performing above their level and you have kids performing below their level. We offer this stuff. I think we're the only people that offer a really inclusive self-contained program, because let's say this nicely. Many schools are not equipped to handle students in a self-contained program. Self-contained programs are for students who are profoundly intellectually disabled, whose intellectual disabilities largely, not always, but largely preclude meeting regular graduation requirements. Some of those kids do well in regular high school settings, and we have many. There's nothing, they have learning challenges that many schools are not equipped to handle. It's partially the economy of scale, but it's also partially because New York State and consequently New York City does not disaggregate those kids from the graduation requirement. Or graduation stats, rather.
Randolph is very representative of New York. It's not a school just for gifted kids. It's not a school for really struggling kids. It's a school for everybody. So 25% of our population are not only going to college, they're going to go to great schools. We had 4 kids that went into Ivy League quality schools: Stanford, UPenn, Dartmouth, Columbia. I forget Columbia down the line. And Columbia, all on full rides. And we have a lot of kids that get into the St. John's, they get into the Fordhams, they go to Binghamton, the Geneseo, the Gettysburgs, 4-year private schools, and by and large, they get either a full ride or a very generous package based on their income area. And Charles is a huge part of the secret weapon that we do, because, and I tell the kids this all the time, sometimes it's not what you know, it's also who you know. Vacillate around the 75% graduation. 72, 83, we got good years, we got bad years, but in general, around that mark. And then you have the 25% that struggle. And those students struggle for a variety of reasons. Some of these students have interrupted formal instruction. They're coming from somewhere else, or maybe they weren't in school for a number of years. They struggle with English language issues. They struggle with intellectual disabilities. Many of those students do wind up graduating, and some of those students do wind up in post-secondary outcomes, and I'm very, very proud of our work with that. But we do service that population, and that's what makes us different from some of these schools that also serve that top 25. Not saying that's easy. There's some challenges in serving a top 25% population, but to do this, and this all at the same time is a challenge. It's very difficult because we're teaching on many different levels, but that's kind of what we're meant to do. Schools are forever doing. High schools were originally constituted as being like community centers. I'm not just here for small kids. I'm not just here for struggling kids. I'm not just here for kids that only speak Spanish. I'm not just here for kids who have intellectual disabilities. We're here for everybody. And there's a value in putting everybody together in the same space. We always talk about how we don't understand each other. Well, we don't understand each other because we don't know each other. And the only way to get to know each other is to kind of bring us all together.
If you can make a school serve all of those different segments and have a quality place, you are doing something very special, because you're serving everybody with quality teachers in a beautiful, quality, safe environment.